Wonderful. Well,
Beautiful.
hello everyone. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Crystal.
Ooh, put some stank on it.
Yeah, just a little vibrato.
Yeah, we love to see it. And this is the bomb,
The bomb
decom,
decom.
but you
And
already
that's
knew
the first
that.
time we both said that at the same time, actually.
On my side, it was not the same time.
Oh, well, damn. Okay,
So I'm
not,
concerned. There
not
seems
the
to be like a
first-
lag.
I feel like I mean, I was like a tiny bit delayed, but I think I usually just let you, like, you just say it yourself, and then I'm just like, yeah. But this time I actually said it. Yeah.
I'm glad you said it. Say it as much and as often and as intensely as you'd like. Cool.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about, you guessed it, Under Wraps 2, the sequel no one asked for.
Literally, I will say that this movie was pointless. It did not need to exist.
This is the first time. It does exist, yes, that is true. It's the first decom we've watched, and I'm going to include Susie Q, which I did not care for famously. It's the first time I was actively angry at a decom.
Damn, the rage was bubbling inside as you were watching this.
Yeah, so I guess we're right into initial thoughts. It sounds like both of us were like, not.
Yeah, what am I doing
time.
here? I just
Yeah.
I want my couple of hours back, my hour and 23 minutes. But
I really do. I'm not
As
gonna
we
lie.
all
Luckily, I
know.
watched some of it while I was washing my dishes, so that made me feel a little bit better about it.
oh, good. I mean, I was the
You have to take notes.
what is the role? I don't
diligently.
even know what the role is called, but yeah, I had to like really pay attention and take diligent notes. So I was trapped.
Note taker.
I was trapped in this
Yeah.
pointless.
I honestly feel sorry for
movie.
you. As I've said, if we do end up doing You Lucky Dog, I will happily take that one on and suffer
Yeah.
a similar fate. I'm sorry you
must.
had to do it for this one, though, because it was rough, in my opinion.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah,
Um,
so.
Yeah. I mean, there were like some little tidbits. I have some. Actually, there was just one tidbit, but we'll get to that. There was one part of the movie that I liked. Actually, it wasn't even a part of the movie. It was just a fact about the movie. So, just lining it up for
That's
you. Just
telling.
yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Let's get into it. Let's get this shit over with. I mean,
Just no foreplay.
not like
Let's
this.
just dive
Get
right
this
in.
over with. I will say, even if the movie's bad, the recaps are always like, recording the episodes are always fun. So
I absolutely agree. And I hope that our
yeah.
listeners feel that way too. And honestly, dear listener, I wouldn't blame you for skipping this movie. Maybe just listen to the episode. But
yeah, just you don't need to
Yeah.
watch this. Like, you don't.
yeah,
need
we
to watch
watched
this.
it for you. You're welcome.
Truly, we did you a great service. Great feat, actually, to get to this movie. But I want to start off by saying that there is a lot of information in this movie, especially in the beginning, that's just like dictated to us. Like, it's not, you don't find it out through the plot. Like, someone's literally just on their phone reading an article and they're like,
Exposition.
oh, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Yeah, exposition,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's like a big chunk of it. So here we go. One thing that I did think was cute was that the movie started with a little cute recap of Under Wraps, the remake, And it was cute to
Yes.
hear Marshall, like, just giving his perspective on things from where he is in the future. Or, I mean, I guess now, on the past. So that was cute. But we open up and the friends are going through, like, this really intense corn maze. It was actually terrifying.
It was like
Horrifying.
a haunted house corn maze, which I guess exists,
Yeah.
but I've never heard of that.
Truly. Like, there were, werewolves and, like, haunted scarecrows and, like, monsters in the corn maze, running after them. So that was wild. But yeah, they're going through this corn maze. And we learn that Gilbert is now recording videos for the school newspaper under the pseudonym, or not pseudonym, under this, like, tagline, Gutsy Gilbert, where he's just, like, video recording himself doing doing things that he's afraid of, or like he's trying to shake his scaredy cat persona. And so he's also video recording this corn maze, which, I mean, is terrifying. Like, I would not, if I knew that that's what was waiting for me in the corn maze, I wouldn't be in there. So
See, I don't have any fear of haunted homes or haunted houses, I guess. It's weird to call them haunted homes.
Welcome to my haunted home.
That's just like someone lives there and it's haunted. But I don't really get scared in haunted houses. So I feel like I would go into this corn maze and I'd be like more irritated than anything.
That the people are like trying to scare you.
They're trying so. It just feels desperate.
You're so desperate for my attention. My God.
Yes, it's like you're so obsessed with me. Like, why do you want me to be scared so badly?
Oh, no, I would absolutely be scared, especially if the costumes look the way they did in this corn maze. Like, that shit was scary.
Oh, that's some Disney money costume.
Like, I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but they spent half of it on those corn maze costumes for sure. So. But we learned that Amy's dad is getting married to his fiance Carl. They're getting married on Halloween, and they're calling it a hollow wedding. Very cute. Love that idea.
Oh no,
wow.
I hate it.
Wow, we're on polar ends of the spectrum on this one.
I find holiday and or themed weddings extremely corny. Extremely.
Wow.
Like you get married on New Year's.
The corniness that I love. Like I
you
love
know, I guess if you
moment.
lean into it, and they fully did, they were like, we're having like a costume, you know, spoiler alert, a costume reception or, you know, cocktail hour, whatever they call it the night before.
Oh, it's called Shocktail hour.
Oh, yeah, Shocktail hour. I can get on more and more with that, but like me personally, I could never do that.
I definitely could not see you ever. I mean, you know, famously are embarrassed to even have normal human feelings. So I wouldn't imagine you would want to be
as
like
we all should be.
The whimsy, you know, let's have a themed wedding. Like I could never see you do that.
No, that's tacky.
I mean, honestly, I never would
tacky.
either.
Yeah, I can't see you doing that. No.
But I would heavily participate on behalf of someone else. Like if my friend wanted to have it, like Billy, if he wanted to have a themed wedding, absolutely. Like I'm dressing up. I'm doing it to the nines.
I would go all in, but I'm just like, if he had like a Disney wedding where there's costume characters there, I'm like, that shit's corny. Like, he's corny, I get that, but it's fucking corny. I don't know.
I can appreciate the cornball. I don't know.
I hear you, and I wish I had that more in me. I do.
Yeah.
If it was like a really wild, like if it was like a Las Vegas themed wedding where we're all like really long nails, like short dresses and shit, like that would be like fun because it's like a little different. But I guess when it's like more wholesome, I just think of it as corny.
It needs to have some level of debauchery for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like we should be doing cocaine. Mountains of cocaine on the tables. At the wedding. That's all your wedding, Crystal.
You heard it.
That's what I wish for you. I wish for you a Las Vegas themed wedding with mountains of cocaine on the tables.
Wow, I'm so sorry to disappoint, but that will never happen. We will have fun at my wedding, whoever my future partner may be. It's going to be a blast, but no mountains of cocaine. I'm going to lay that down right now.
What if they want mountains of cocaine?
Then they're not the one. Or they will just be shut down by my demands, and that's it. I wear the pants. Let's just get that clear. No matter who I date, I am in charge, ultimately. You know? Yeah, like, I mean, I guess we'll see. So yeah, you know, everyone's excited about the hollow wedding. Everyone except Bethany. And Amy
I'm not the only one. Okay, come on.
She's the only person who hates this idea. Is not on board.
It's so corny. Come on.
It is corny, but you know, we love the corn. But we quickly like see that Amy and Gilbert have been getting kind of closer as friends because they're both working on the school newspaper and spending more time together. And they've named Harold's lover, the queen, mummy. Was she a queen? I'm not sure. I can't remember, but
I believe so.
Harold's lover,
his high priest. But let's call her.
Yeah, he's a high priest.
Lover.
Yeah, his lover. I like saying his lover. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they named Harold's lover Rose, and they didn't tell Marshall. Marshall learns this, and you can tell that he's like been feeling left out. So that's something that you can see is going on the side. But he says like he really misses. Marshall says that he really misses Harold and wants to wake him up. It seems like frivolously, like he just wants to wake him up just to spend time with him. And the friends were like, no, he needs to rest eternally. Like we're not doing that. And I'm like, yeah. That's
honestly,
please don't try to do that.
this movie had me thinking more about where are their souls or spirits when they are
when they're resting,
dead, fully dead, you know?
Yeah. Like
and
like the little life sucked out of their eyeballs that you see. Like
yeah, exactly.
I also
and
wonder what happens.
Is there any afterlife where they grow or learn or find peace? I mean, Sobek, we haven't gotten into him, but that character leads me to believe no. Like, I would assume, based on the actions of the mummies in this film, that there is no afterlife. You're just, once you're dead, and there's nothingness.
Yeah, it seems like every time they wake up, they're just right back to whatever feeling or whatever they were doing the moment before they went to sleep. So, I don't know. All right. So we cut to this museum that's in another town, and there's a night shift employee. Rockport. Yes, we're now in Rockport. Yeah, that's where we are. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a night shift museum employee working, and he has to shift one of the mummies that are in that museum to retrieve a meatball that falls out of his sandwich, out of his sub.
Can I just speak on this?
I'm literally about to say he was still gonna eat it. 25-second rule, he said.
They cast this role as a black man.
Oh yeah, this was a
black man would never eat a meatball that has rolled on not just like a floor like my home floor where I walked around, but a museum floor.
Museum floor underneath a mummy's coffin that I'm sure is dusty as hell and disgusting. And he picks that shit up and he's like, 25-second rule, and literally puts it right back in his sandwich. There's no black man on earth that would ever do that. No black person, I will go as far to say, that would ever do some shit like that.
Period. And this is like a nerdy ass black man who looks super clean cut. Yeah. Like, if you cast him as some grungy man, hard on his luck, any race, maybe I'd buy it a little bit more. But this man is clean.
Like, he definitely would not be eating shit off the floor. Not no museum floor like that. Like, no.
Absolutely not.
And it was so fucking gross. Imagine a meatball covered in sauce. You pick that shit up, it's got the dust of 100 years on it from the museum floor.
Everything. It's got some mummy dust on it. No.
Literally. No. Mummy dust, all kinds of just dust and shit on that floor. Absolutely not.
I've never been that hungry
but
in my
anyway,
life.
I never. Nothing would ever compel me to eat that meatball. No. But to get his meatball, he moves this mummy and the mummy's amulet, gets exposed to the moonlight in the window, and the mummy wakes up. And we see that it's not Harold. We know that we're already in some other random museum, but the mummy immediately puts a bracelet on this guy, and it kind of possesses him. Mm-hmm. It's like a weird possession because he definitely still has his personality.
Yes.
He's still himself.
He's goofy.
But he now is just, he's goofy as hell. He's cracking all these puns and, he's just a goofy, nerdy dude.
Yeah.
And, but aside from that personality, his only purpose is to carry out the mummy's deeds. He's
like Thrall.
He's just a henchman.
What's his name? Renfield with Dracula, where it's still maintains kind of his main personality, but is completely at the beck and call of his master.
Yeah, of Dracula. Yeah, of the master. Yeah, exactly. That's literally it. Yeah. So we find out that this mummy's name is Sobek. He, the bracelet, that the mummy puts on the dude, just allows him to communicate telepathically, I guess, because all he's doing is kind of grunting. Is that what you were gonna say? Yeah.
I was gonna say, why do we know this mummy's name but not the other mummies?
I don't know. Well, Harold never had this bracelet that allows for the very clear telepathic communication. I think that is the main difference.
No, because the kids look this guy up and they know his name is Sobek by doing research on him.
Oh, that's right. They don't have... Yeah, that's right. They find out all this information just from the museum exhibit.
Yes.
I don't know.
Because if the three of them were
question.
They were... It wasn't like he's a mummy from a different era or different, line of royalty. He is... They were three friends. So it's very strange to me that they know she was the princess and Harold was the priest, the high priest. But they don't know their names. But they know Sobek's name. That was some sloppy storytelling.
And Harold and his lover both were meant to be in that museum. I mean, she was already in the museum, so they should know her name. And Harold was about to be retrieved by the museum. And they still don't know his name. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know.
And they even reference him. I can't remember if it's the original or the sequel or both, or the reboot or both, but they mention, like, oh, her high priest. So, like, he is known. He's a known entity. It just doesn't make any sense.
Like, he has to have a name. Like, I'm sure he has an Egyptian name that we should know.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Very, very weird plot hole. I mean, I guess not a plot hole, but just why? Why?
It's a plot hole.
Is it a plot hole? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of these terms I don't really know, like, what defines, like.
I would call it a plot hole because it just, like, doesn't make any.
It's not explained. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's a gaping hole in the plot.
True. Yeah. Facts. Well, with this bracelet, this mummy communicates to his new henchman that his name is Sobek, and he wants to spend eternity resting next to the love of his life, and that he also wants to get revenge on his best friend who betrayed him.
The OG incel. I mean, obviously, the OG incel, Sobek.
Literally, yes, truly. Like, oh, if I can't have her, nobody can have, like, type of shit.
That is his energy, 100%.
Like, literally. It's pretty obvious, though, that he's talking about Harold. I mean, he's obviously got to be talking about the other mummies.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's talking about a completely random set of mummies and it just doesn't affect the plot?
Like, this is completely unrelated to Harold and Rose, like, entirely.
We just have a Sobek side story.
While the three, like, the other two mummies and the kids are just living it up,
playing
having a wonderful wedding and party. Yeah. Oh my god. Honestly, that would have been more interesting than what actually did happen.
I couldn't be less interesting, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there's no, this is the bottom. There's only going up from here, so. But the kids get wind of the mummy disappearing from that museum. Amy, like, set up some kind of mummy alert, you know, like Google alerts or whatever for mummy news. And they're getting ready to go to Rockport for Amy's dad's wedding anyway. So they're like, let's go to the museum and see what's going on. And then they also plan to get Harold and Rose, or to go check on them, basically, is what their initial plan was. They want to go see how they're doing. Buzzy goes along for the ride. She's going to the wedding trip. I guess she's invited to the wedding. I mean, she is their friend, so that makes sense. And Amy does some research on the way, and she confirms that the mummy's name is Sobek, and he was indeed Harold's best friend, and that he was also in love with Rose. And she reads that Sobek is 100% hell-bent. He said something like, even if it takes 1,000 lifetimes, he's going to get revenge on his best friend for ending up with Rose, you know. So we know that his rage is still alive and well.
It knows no bounds.
Yeah, no, not a single bound, not one. And we see the group. They're at the jewelry store picking up the wedding rings. And the jeweler at the jewelry store is Adam Wiley.
Yes,
our Gilbert in the 1997 original. Oh my
Gilbert, god. And this was the highlight of the film to me, honestly.
This is that one thing I was talking about at the beginning. Oh, yeah. This is the one thing that I loved.
Agreed.
It was just such a cute little, it was so precious. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I love this.
And he was great. He was wonderful.
Yeah, he was a wonderful jeweler. He did that shit. Definitely, if you're gonna watch any scene, just look up the scene just to see what he looks like now, just to see what he's up to in this decom. Yeah. You know, why not? But the jeweler lets them know that Sobek's amulet that he has on him is a sign of evil. It's made of some, I forget what he said it's called, but some red stone or whatever. And he's like, I
said right. I just remember that it was red. Like
the
red stone.
Yeah, I forget what it's specifically called,
it
but
doesn't matter.
He was like, whoever's wearing that thing, they were doing some chaotic shit back then, and I mean, it's a sign that they will always be in that chaotic energy. And so they're like, oh damn, let's go get Rose and Harold's ASAP from the museum so we can protect them. And part of their plan to get Rose and Harold out is to replace them with decoy mummies.
Yes, that Buzzy has made last minute.
Yeah, Buzzy. Yeah, she made them last minute. And bless her heart for this, like, last minute putting some mummies together. I for sure know I would not be able to do that at all. But if y'all do, for some, unfortunate reason, end up watching this movie and you see these decoy mummies,
Some unfortunate reason. Nothing good can bring you to this movie.
Nothing good can bring you to sit down and watch Under Wraps 2, okay? I just have to throw that out there. But these decoy mummies are absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I thought they were
hilarious
good
to see. No.
I thought they were pretty good. I think I just took...
I mean, for a last minute mummy, creation, yeah, she did her thing.
I just am if I had all the time in the world, I wouldn't even do that good of a job. So I'm like, you know what?
Same
to you, Bessie.
Honestly, same. I can't even hate because I know I could not pull that shit off. But I just know that I don't understand how a museum official the next day did not look in those coffins and be like, what the hell is this? Where are the mummies? Because they don't look like mummies at all. But I mean, she did her thing. Meanwhile, Sobek is making his way to Rockport with his little minion. Yeah. And he breaks into this house to grab a scepter. Apparently it's, it's his scepter from back in the day that someone has collected. I don't know.
It's like giving Jafar's staff. But instead of a snake, it's like an Egyptian dog type thing.
Yeah. Yes. The Sphinx. Mm-hmm. Is that the Sphinx? Mm-hmm. Is that a cat?
The Sphinx is a cat.
No, the Sphinx is a dog? The Sphinx is a cat.
Is it a lion?
What's the dog? I feel like I've never looked up what the Egyptian dogs.
Neither have I. Is it a jackal?
Or what they
is it a jackal? I don't know if that's right or if I'm just getting... I'm going to look it up right now. You can hear my click clack.
That kind of sounds... It sounds like something. Jackal sounds similar or exactly what it is.
There's a dog called a pharaoh hound, and honestly, it kind of looks like that.
Oh. It's literally called a pharaoh hound? Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's all the Egyptian connection we need.
There you go, pharaoh hound.
It's in the name. In the name of the breed. Right. Boom, bam, boom. Mm-hmm. So yeah, his scepter has a dog on the head. And it also has this red stone, like the red evil stone thing or whatever. The kids need to set up for the party. We back at the hotel where they're staying in Rockport, and the kids, it's time for them to help decorate and set up for the Shocktail party. Mm-hmm. So the kids leave Harold and Rose in the room while they do that. And Marshall tries to express to Gilbert in this time that he's been feeling a little left out. But Gilbert completely cuts him off.
He's like, you were with us the other night where we hung out. So, we hung out recently once. It's just bullshit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Literally. It was bullshit. And I'm like, Gilbert, hear my man out. Just stop talking. Let him get his feelings out. But Marshall's cut off, and he's just kind of like, you know what, fuck this. I mean, understandably so. I'd be the same. They learn that Sobek is getting very close to Rockport. They saw on the internet that he... someone broke in and stole that scepter, and they're like, oh shit, that's close to where we are. He's probably here. And so they go to get Harold and Rose, and they're freaking gone. They're off traipsing around. Oh, also, while they were setting up for the party, Rose and Harold were ordering enough room service to feed a multitude of armies. Which
never comes back into play.
And then yeah, we never, that never has any other significance other than they just went wild.
Has this weird system where you have an iPad in the room and that you order.
Oh yeah,
but it's weird because the iPad shows up on the TV, and I'm like, I feel like realistically you would just use the TV to order. That's
right. Just use the remote on the TV, or it has the iPad. Either phone. One. Not
or use the phone and pick it up and call.
Yeah, or you just call a room service. That's all I've ever experienced is the phone. Pick up the phone. There's a menu in the room. You read off the menu, and then that's it. I don't know what the hell's going on in this high tech.
Whatever.
I guess that's what the young people are doing these days. I have no idea.
I wouldn't know.
The youths. And then on the TV, they also see that there's a Halloween festival happening in town, and so they're like, "Oh my God, let's go!"
Can I pause really quickly?
Why.
Okay, so
yeah.
I wanted to kind of take it back to two things. The first thing is, when they get Rose and Harold, who they have communicated with, at least Harold successfully in the first movie, they're heavily signing. But not official sign language, but
and talking so slow. Yeah.
But they only do it for that one scene.
We had to get you from the... And I'm just like...
now we go to bed. We're going to bed. And I'm like...
And they're like doing this like the motion of like laying down. I'm like, y'all were able to communicate perfectly fine in the last movie without all this hoopla. So what's going on now?
Like what? What is the... And also, why does Sobek have superpowers? I'm sorry. What is the lore of mummies? Mummies are weird because they're real. Yeah. They're real. Mummies exist. But in their animated state, like in these films, make it make sense. Like make the lore and stick to it.
And I don't understand either. I feel like because of Sobek's amulet indicating that he was a chaotic being in his life, maybe he was some kind of sorcerer or something. Like, I don't really know. I have no clue why he has powers and Harold and Rose have none.
He has a name. He has powers. Rose, maybe he made a mistake. Maybe Sobek's the man you should be with.
I think so. Oh, God.
Oh, Harold's sweet,
One thing I don't get, though, I know Harold is a sweetie. And they do seem like actual soulmates when we see them, like, out and about in the festival. Like,
they're
really
goofy as fuck.
So goofy. But I don't get why they left, because when the kids do get them and bring them to the hotel, they very explicitly and in great detail explain the danger of Sobek on the way. And Harold and Rose are just like... Fuck it, we ball. Like, we're going to the festival and we're gonna have a great time. Like, whatever.
Fuck it, we ball.
Like, they just throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, they really don't give two shits. Literally. Like, I don't understand it either. It makes no sense. Yeah. It really is just so we can have, like, Mummy Talent Show, the movie. Like, it just makes no sense.
Literally.
But, okay.
That's what most of this
movie is. Absolutely. That and, like, the trio fighting. But... The second thing I say, okay, I love Buzzy, as you know, from the last episode.
Oh, yes.
But is it not weird to be a late 20, early 30 something, I'm assuming. She seems about our age. And, like, really close friends.
Such close friends with these small children.
Like, if I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to a wedding this weekend with my friend Amy, Gilbert, and Marshall. They're 12 years old. But I'm driving there and I'm sharing a hotel room with Amy, one of the 12-year-olds. Yeah, no, this is totally a normal thing that adults do. Like, that's just...
My parents would be, they'd be like, what do we need to talk? Like, are you okay?
And Amy's parents, are you okay? Who should genuinely be concerned, because that is a weird dynamic. Right. And I understand, like, she is a plot device to an extent. She's great, but she also, like, they need an adult to talk them into situations, to drive them, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But it's weird. Yeah. It's weird.
It is hella weird.
Anyway.
And I mean, I guess I just gave it a pass mentally, but it's just like, girl, we need to find you some friends your... I hope you do have friends your age.
Might.
And this is just like...
She might.
A little weekend thing, you know? Like...
She absolutely might. It's just still a weird dynamic. I don't think she's like a predator or a bad person. She seems like really cool. I'm just saying, like, people should be questioning these dynamics a little bit more.
Yeah. Should be taking a closer look, you know? I feel that. Well, now we're at the festival, and Harold and Rose, I don't know if you've seen this dance game before. I've never seen it before in my life. Real. There's like 30 squares on each side. Yeah, it doesn't look physically, humanly possible to play, but they're playing like a game that looks like Dance Dance Revolution, but on each side for each player, there's literally 30 squares on the dancing pad. So I'm like, I don't understand how anyone is supposed to play this, but they're going wild. Like, they're choreographed to the gods, doing all kinds of gymnastics, tumbling, and acrobatics. Like, it was just... And it was not... I don't know. I couldn't enjoy it. It's not even like a dance battle scene or like a dance, game arcade scene.
No sense.
That is fun to watch. Not an ounce of sense.
No.
First of all, the game is impossible. Like, the game doesn't exist.
It doesn't make it logically. There's no logic to the game. It just doesn't.
No logic. And secondly, they break out into a fully choreographed dance, and I'm just like...
Thirdly, they're ancient mummies who would not, on so many levels, they would not know the art of modern dance. They should be brittle.
They certainly wouldn't know.
They should be brittle as fuck.
And trying to stay safe in the hotel room, laying their asses down somewhere.
They should be able to move, like, hardly. They shouldn't be able to be, like, doing all this body rolling, like...
so fluid. Like they're taking hip hop dance classes in the afterlife. Like that's what's going on when they're asleep. Because they wake up and then boom.
Oh my God, yes.
They're fucking crushing
The afterlife is just hip hop dance classes.
Hip hop dance classes. That's got to be it. Like that has to be
That is it. That is the only thing that makes sense.
And it's
anyway, this movie enraged me. This scene enraged me.
I feel it.
It made me so mad.
I feel the rage in this scene for sure. I absolutely do. And it also kind of made me a little bit sad because I mean, we both love DDR. And I love a DDR scene in a movie. I'm like, yes, bitch, get it. Hit them spots. But this, I was just like, make this stop. Please turn it off. Like no, I don't want to keep watching.
That's why I had to skip a little bit. I didn't skip the whole thing. I saw enough to make me angry, but I had to give myself a 10-second reprieve. I have no regrets about that. I had to do it.
Honestly, I probably should have done the same because I know nothing important was going to happen during that time. So
exactly, and I'm like, this is like goofy. Like no. Sorry, this is an audio medium. I'm doing really goofy, fluid dance moves.
Yeah. Killing it though. Killing it.
Thank you. As a side note, Silas and I, since we started dating, we've been together for about 5 years now.
Oh my God.
I know. We've had an ongoing debate about who is better at DDR. We went to an arcade, a local arcade here in Portland called Quarter World. And we played like, not DDR, but like one of those, the same games where it's still like the arrows to the front and back and side to side. Yeah. And I fucking kicked his ass.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was about to say. There's no world in which Silas is going to beat you in DDR. Like,
he really thought, though.
And I was about to ask, like, why is it even a debate? Like, go show him the business.
I know. It's because, like, COVID happened, so it's just been, like, weird to find a place where we could actually do it, and we don't think about it constantly. But we went to this arcade. We went there actually a month ago, but these two fucking nerds would not get off the DDR system. They spent hours. That. Yes. And we were there till they closed.
Damn. People are so inconsiderate. Like, okay, yes, have your fun. Like, be on there for an hour, maybe max. But, bro, you're in a public place.
Like,
I mean,
do 15 minutes and take a lap, my guy.
Yeah.
Come back to it.
Come back to it later.
But no, they were on the whole, and they like do it the way that just doesn't. I know it's a talent. I'm not negating that, but it doesn't seem fun. Yeah. Where you just hold onto the bar behind you, and your legs are just like
and your legs are flying.
Like I want to move. Like it's fun to like move with it, you know. So
anyway. You gotta do the arm movements, like do the shoulder bops, and make a dance out of it. That's the fun part. Yeah.
So anyway, I am the supreme ruler in this household.
Absolutely. I never doubted it.
Neither did I, but he truly did, and he still won't admit it because he is salty.
Well, he should be, because that's a wild ass thought to think that he's gonna kick your ass at.
You know, Silas, he's wild.
He is a wild, grumpy daddy. Oh, Papa. All right, so yeah, they're doing their fucking gymnastics on this dance pad, and Sobek, he makes his way to the festival. He makes his way to the festival. Like they get to the museum in Rockport. The mummies aren't there, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a festival happening," so they go. And in this little scene here, the errand boy, his little minion, calls him "your deliciousness," and I just thought that was so wonderful.
That's delightful.
And I feel like everyone in my life from this moment forward needs to refer to me as your deliciousness.
Yes, your deliciousness.
Yeah. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, because I am delicious. So here we go. But yeah, Sobek finds Harold and Rose, and then he uses his scepter to do some shit. Or like it's about to go off, but then the kids like create this distraction so they can escape. And while they're running, Amy drops the wedding rings, sadly, which Sobek's minion finds with the name of the jeweler on it, so they can, he's like, oh, this must be someplace that has information on them, whatever.
Can I just say...
as they're driving away... Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who trusts their 13-year-old daughter with their wedding rings? Not me.
Oh, my God. This point comes up later, too, because apparently she planned the whole goddamn thing.
She planned
Amy planned...
The shocktail release.
The shocktail party, yeah.
And I'm like, also who? And she's like, I can't get them, I don't have money. And I'm like, yes, but all the points you're saying are reason as to why I would not trust you, a 13-year-old, child, a quite literal child.
Small child.
any party for me, let alone a party associated with my wedding.
For adults, an adult cocktail party? Like, no. You should be running around with your friends and chillaxing while the party planner takes care of this, you know? Like, someone who's grown and paid to do this.
Like, I will ask your opinion on things. Like, do you think chocolate fountain or cheese fondue? Like, what do you... Like, share your opinion, but it's not a party for you to plan.
Not out here coordinating everything, picking up the rings, doing all this shit, like...
And it's stressing her out.
I mean, rightfully so, because she's 13 fucking years old.
Yeah, no, I'd be stressed out, and I'm literally 20 years her senior. Quite literally.
Same. This would stress me out as well, as a fully grown adult baby. So, yeah.
Sorry, but you're saying they're driving away.
Oh, yes. So they're making their escape, and they're driving away. And Sobek uses the scepter, and apparently it can shoot out deadly powerful fucking lasers that like blew up some mailbox or something that was right next to the car as they were driving away. And I was just like, who is this guy? Like, who is this mummy? Why does he have the power? I mean, you made that Jafar reference, and it's just like he kind of has Jafar's like sorcery powers almost. So it's like, it's crazy. It's kind of wild.
It is. It is. And like, why didn't he use those powers at the Halloween festival
I'm saying, as soon as he saw, I mean, he was about to, like, it was powering up, but then the kids like made that distract, like they threw coins or whatever. But that wouldn't have stopped me. I'd been like, fuck those coins, fuck this crowd. Like,
I'm about to blast all these kids and people to
right
outer space. If I'm evil, I don't give a fuck.
Same. Like, I don't have any inhibitions here about taking life. Zappity zap zap. Like, come on, Rose, let's go. Yeah.
Like the game Zip Zap Zop. Oh my goodness.
Zip zap zoobity boppity bop. Let's go. Oh my god, I'm so foolish today.
I love it. It's delightful.
Oh god. So yeah, they almost get hit by this fucking laser while they're driving off. And now it's time for the shocktail party. I feel like something happened in between here.
They have the scene at the hotel room where Amy, we realize she lost the rings, and she shares with them her plan to use Rose and Harold to basically work the party. And Marshall's like, that's a fucking terrible idea. And Gilbert's like, no one calls my friend Amy a terrible idea maker, okay? She is correct, and this is what we're doing.
Facts. They don't listen to him at all.
No, they don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, they really did cast him.
And they're all in costumes. You know. So, like, Marshall is a vampire. It's like a
costume cocktail party.
Yeah, and then Amy's a witch. And then they did my boy Gilbert dirty. They made him...
What was he?
He was, like, a superhero with a G on it. So I guess, like, Super Gilbert. Felt like the vibe. But his costume...
he's Gutsy Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. Gilbert. His costume was not it. But I liked the Buzzies, and she was a parrot.
Buzzy was cute. Yeah. She was adorable.
Cute. Yeah.
Oh, God. She's so cute. Do you think she's in her 20s? I feel like Buzzy, she would be a good partner for me. I would.
Honestly, Buzzy is like... Sorry, my dog. They came in fighting and it scared me.
Oh my god.
Like in a fun way. But Buzzy is like who I see you with.
Right?
Yes. So like I saw her and I'm like, that is Crystal's
adorable
type. Yeah, I would say she's between 29 and 34. So I think right in our age demo. I don't think she's like significantly younger or older than we
25.
Are. No,
right.
Definitely not 25.
Okay.
I just thought like maybe 28 at the youngest, you know.
At the youngest, right. Okay. That's also what I thought. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, Buzzy could get it. Like, she could be my girl, for sure.
Yeah, I want that for you. You gotta find you a Buzzy.
Yes. Same. Oh, if only. Maybe that day will come. Who knows?
There's always time.
No, there's no time. I'm gonna
time.
Anyway. That was beautiful. I love that. So it is time for the shocktail party. Harold and Rose are working the party behind some concession stands, and they start juggling and doing way too much for absolutely no reason. Like, there's just no reason for them to be doing any of the things that they're doing. because they weren't jesters in their previous Egyptian lives. They were literally royalty and
it's exhausting.
A princess and a high priest. So I'm like, why do y'all suddenly know how to juggle and put on a show? Like I don't.
I just have to assume like the executives were like, the kids want Goofy, make it goofier, and they just like, I don't know why they did this. It's terrible.
The executive. The kids want Goofy, make it goofy. Oh my god. I love your executive voice.
Thank you.
Great. That was good. Oh, I forgot to mention Sobek, because of the jeweler's name on the box, they go to the jewelry store and Sobek uses his scepter to threaten our main man, Gilbert from the original,
OG.
into telling them
where
they, yes, the OG, 1997. Mm-hmm. He uses his scepter and totally threatens him into telling them where the hotel is. So Sobek crashes the fucking party. Like, he just comes on in the middle of Amy's little speech that she planned. And he grabs Rose's amulet, effectively putting her to sleep. And then he kidnaps her. He takes her away. This is absolutely wild. The party is ruined. The chocolate fountain goes down. Like, her dads are slipping in the chocolate.
This chocolate fountain, like, she gets hit with the chocolate fountain.
Oh, yeah, she gets hit with it.
I feel like someone slips. Then the dad comes over to help her and he slips. Mm-hmm. And then Carl comes over to help him and he slips. And then a woman dressed in, you guessed it, a whoopee cushion costume comes over and she slips, and it of course makes
a big fart noise. I'm like, what are we watching? What is this movie?
The kids want Goofy.
Goofy is what we fucking got, because that's all this movie is. It is goofy, and not in a great way. It's just,
it sucks. Like, in the 90s, they trusted us to take our scares.
Yes.
We saw a man getting his head pushed into a garbage disposal that was spitting knives towards his face. And we turned out fucking great. Okay?
Wild.
It's too soft.
That's the kind of shit I want. I want something intense. Something that's going to be like, oh, snap, what's about to happen?
Truly. I actually want to ask you, I don't want to interrupt your synopsis, but I do want to go over what your favorite Halloween decom is. So at the end of this, maybe we can do that, because I know this won't come out obviously, but like today is November 1st, the day after Halloween, so I've been in like a spoopy state of mind.
I mean, I'll just say quickly, it is Halloween Town, 100%. Boom, bam, boom. Well, the Halloween Town series.
Okay.
I will say, I'm gonna say Halloween Town trilogy, because I don't count the new Marnie.
No one counts
Halloween
that Marnie.
Town, so
she is a
yeah,
betrayer.
that one doesn't count. She truly is. A snake in the grass. I don't know where she came
from.
I
kind of like Halloween Town. Did I say this on the last episode where I feel like it's like Space Jam, where it's like not a good movie, but if you grew up with it, you're gonna enjoy it.
But yeah. But yeah, I remember that.
My favorite is Don't Look Under the Bed.
Oh, another great one. I remember you had a crushy crush on the Boogeyman. Was he the Boogeyman?
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that. I'm not gonna even say anything. Okay. But I will just say that movie was scary. Like, it wasn't, they took off the kid gloves with us. And I just feel like the same with Under Wraps 97. There were moments in that movie that were truly scary. And they just completely sanitized it with this reboot. And the sequel is even like, dance shenanigans with mummies. Like, fuck off with that.
This movie should not exist. It truly should not.
No. Anyway, I'm glad they didn't make a third one.
I agree.
Knock on wood. They still could, I guess.
I looked up, I was so bothered by this, I looked up, is Disney making
I did too.
Under Wraps 3?
I did too.
Yeah, and I couldn't find anything, thankfully.
I feel, yes, exactly the same, where I was like, thank God.
It's like, am I going to have to watch some more bullshit? And like, what is this?
But maybe they're like waiting for them to age up. Who the fuck knows what they're doing, okay?
God. Nah, I can't wait to get to Don't Look Under the Bed, honestly.
It's a great one. One.
Because, yeah, it is great. And I do remember feeling absolutely creeped out during parts of that movie. 100%. So, yeah, that's a good point. Halloween Town's not scary in the slightest. It's just a cheesy
it's
feel
cute.
Good. I don't
know.
And
we have our girl Debbie Reynolds, and we
cute.
love Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, love Debbie. Rip, rip, rip. So, after the party is destroyed, it's a disaster. Amy has like a little breakdown, and during her breakdown, she's like locked herself in a bedroom. Marshall kind of lashes out at Gilbert and Amy, for being all buddy buddy and shit without him, and rightfully so. And he doesn't even shy away from this. Like shortly after, you know, like or the next day or something later in the plot, he's like, "I'm sorry for what I said, but I meant it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you stand by your convictions, little Marshall.
Right.
Stand
on business."
Yeah, but I love
absolutely
when he comes in, he's like all angry and stuff. He like yells at them. He like goes and runs and like hides and like cries in the corner. And I'm like, oh, he's such a little baby.
He really is. Oh my god. Sweetie.
Yeah.
So yeah, he lashes out. He has his little moment. He tells him off, and we cut to a scene where we see Sobek has Rose back at the Rockport Museum's storage facility, like a warehouse. Common theme of Underwraps, we always end up at a fucking warehouse. Like, that's just what happens. So
you're right, we do. They don't even explain this one. It just is there.
Truly. It's just, now we're just at a warehouse and it's the museum storage facility. Why are we here? I don't know. We could be just at the museum where the coffins are ready and waiting.
Well, the enthralled man.
Apparently Sobek wants... Yeah, his minion.
Yeah, he has to like redo the space or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The plan is for him to remake it in a way that they will never be found or disturbed. And I'm like, this plan sucks. You're in a museum storage facility. Like, someone eventually is going to come here for something and discover everything that you've done.
They need to dig some catacombs if they want to go with that plan. But...
True. Yeah, they need to go back to Egypt, in all honesty, and find like a place that no one is ever going to explore. But I digress. This movie makes no sense. Here we are.
They could even do. I'm sorry. Just one more thing on this. They could even like break into like an old school like tomb at a graveyard where it has, you know, like the like what are they called?
Yeah, it's like
mausoleum.
A little building.
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
They could break into a mausoleum and just be in there.
Yeah, people don't, because nobody's going
exactly, because everyone who had those is like way dead. People don't do that anymore. So yeah,
truly. So yeah, infinitely more plans that would be better than what they came up with. But here we are. I guess we just have to be in a warehouse. So this is what they came up with. The kids figure out where they are. They figure out where Sobek and Rose are, and they distract. Like, they make it to the warehouse. They distract the minion guy while they revive Rose with her amulet. It turns out that Sobek's scepter also has the power to revive other mummies. No amulet, no moonlight. Shoot them with the scepter, they are revived.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Is some man, like Sobert Sobek and his scepter. Sober. Oh my god, that's their couple name. Sober.
Oh my god.
Sobek and his scepter are unstoppable. Like, apparently he can do whatever the fuck he wants with this thing.
He's really wasting his time.
And he
can take over the whole fucking world.
I'm saying, all you want to do is rest peacefully with some woman who doesn't want you. Like, go rule the world. Like, what are we doing?
Classic incel.
I don't know.
Classic incel.
Yeah, truly. His priorities are all messed up. But he revives 2 mummies that the minion brought. I keep calling him the minion. You know, the guy, the possessed guy, whatever.
He's a fucking minion.
He's a minion. It's so funny to just call him the minion. He brings these 2 mummies who are supposed to be like guard mummies while they're resting. And Sobek revives them, and then they all start fighting. Like, the 2 guards and Rose and Harold start fighting it out, like, you know, trying some martial arts on them. But Rose and Harold are overpowered. Like, the 2 guard mummies are just like, they're too strong. Like, it's not going to work. Gilbert gets chased up onto the rafters, and he is once again on the rafters in a warehouse in a position to do some wild Tarzan type shit.
He does in this one, though, I'm like, he came in like a wrecking ball, to quote the great Miley Cyrus.
He literally did. Literally. But this is another common theme. Every Underwraps movie so far, I can't even say, I don't even want to say like so far. That kind of insinuates
everyone
that
will ever exist.
Yeah. Every Underwraps movie that will ever exist from now until the end of time, Gilbert saves the day from somewhere in the rafters of a warehouse. And it happens again. This time, there's like this giant like moon like replicas, you know, hanging from the ceiling. He jumps onto it over the guard mummies and then unlatches it from the ceiling, and it crushes the guard mummies down below. And he's totally fine on top. He just hops off and he's fine. But I mean,
more he shouldn't be okay. Shit. Like, he shouldn't be okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he should be injured, but he was fine. Walked away, not a scratch on him. I don't know. So after this happens, Rose like kind of stops everything, and she's like, Sobek, I don't love you. I do love Harold. Like, you right. can't just come after me. Like, I don't want to be with you. And then Sobek, as the incel that we all know that he is like, oh, okay, that's cool.
And these dumbasses look like they think they're going to believe him. Like,
oh, right. For a moment, they're all just like looking a little relieved.
Like, oh, he gets it. God. He gets it.
No, of course, the second part of his sentence is, if you don't want to be with me, I'm just going to kill all of you. Of course, that's what is going to happen. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's already tried to kill y'all multiple times. Like, what are you talking about? So, whatever.
I have a question, though. Sorry. Just because the wrecking ball Gilbert comes in on.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He tells Harold to get Rose out of the way because they're basically, like, holding Rose. The two, like, guard. And so the ball smashes where she just was. What would happen to one of these mummies who are technically already dead if they were smushed by the wrecking ball?
I would imagine that, like, they wouldn't be able to be, like, if they were revived, they wouldn't be able to do anything. Because they're revived in there, but I'm assuming their bones are all still connected, still intact. If they're crushed and broken, they won't be able to be walking around.
Isn't that kind of better, though? Like, we're not meant... We die. We don't come back.
I mean... I agree.
Wait, actually,
once I'm dead, I don't want to be revived.
I'm not questioning the entire franchise because, like, in the original and the reboot, the whole thing is like they turn to dust, right?
Oh yeah, after 3 days, yeah.
Is that so bad? They turn to dust. Like, that's what happens to all of us. You just die and you turn to dust.
Facts.
Wow.
And I imagine after they turn to dust, they're just dead again. Like,
they're fully dead.
And just permanently this time. Like, they just can't ever be revived again, which
seems fine.
Is fine. Yeah.
Wow.
You were dead for 3,000 years. Like, I'm sure eternity, that's cool. Like, why would that be a problem? I don't know.
It makes no sense. None of it. It's all bullshit. I'm just realizing now. Like, I enjoyed the first movie, but it is all bullshit.
Yeah. Completely. So yeah, Sobek, he says like, okay, cool. I'm just going to kill everybody then. That's fine. And then he shoots his scepter. But a marshal comes up with this idea. There's some shields nearby, and he's like, oh, this will reflect the laser just like a mirror would. Right. So, I forgot to mention earlier that they used a mirror in the museum in Rockport to shine the moonlight onto the amulets to wake up Rose and Harold. That's how they got them awake, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they grab the shields, and they reflect the laser back onto Sobek and the scepter, destroy the scepter. That's fucked. And then, puts Sobek to sleep. Like, I don't think he's, like, destroyed or whatever, but he just goes back to sleep. I don't know. He's just laying there. He didn't, like, turn to dust or, become engulfed in flames or anything. They should literally falls over.
Drop a wrecking ball on him. I would dust that motherfucker.
If anyone should turn to dust or be destroyed completely, it should be Sobek. Like,
he doesn't need to come back.
That man is chaotic.
He obviously hates his afterlife hip-hop class, He's not about it. Like, just let him die.
He's not feeling the fucking afterlife dance classes at all. So, yeah. But he just goes back to sleep, and then they're all like, okay, cool. And the minion wakes up, he takes the bracelet off, and he remembers everything. He literally comes out of it, and he's like, was I just possessed by a mummy and doing his evil biddings for the past 3 days? And they're all like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for saving me. We learned that his name is Larry.
He gives Amy the rings back that his dad, the dad's ring for the wedding. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that problem is solved. This 13-year-old's problem of keeping guard of the wedding rings for a wedding that she planned a cocktail party for. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, we learned that his name is Larry. And then they just bring him along to the wedding. They're like, you know what, random stranger wrapped up in mummy business. Come along with us. Attend my parents'
wedding. He comes to the wedding? Cool. I don't even remember
yeah,
that.
He attends the wedding, yeah. And they make a comment that he smells gross because he's been wearing the same clothes for 3 days.
Right.
And Amy is like, Buzzy, can you run to my dad's room and grab something for him? And she's just like, yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, he just wears one of her dad's suits and attends the wedding. Complete stranger. No problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, also, like, mummies attend the wedding. So.
Oh, yeah, the mummies do attend the wedding.
He's not the weirdest random guest to be invited.
And there is a moment when they're all on the dance floor where the grooms are like, they see the mummies dancing by and they're just like, who are they? But then they just shrug it off and they're like, okay, whatever. So.
I would react if I saw 2 mummies at my wedding.
Yeah, same.
Did I mention that my 13-year-old cousin is planning it? It should be really great.
I'm sure she won't be stressed at all. She'll be
she'll do a totally competent job, so.
Yeah. She'll be completely manageable for a 13-year-old. Love that. I forgot to mention that on the way to the wedding, though, that Larry and Buzzy do share a look. It's not like quite a romance look, but it does like insinuate that they're just kind of like, what's up?
There's a possibility.
Yeah. So
it was weird
I'm
that
they'll
moment.
get together. Yeah, it was just
I don't want that. I'm wondering if it was because like you smell really weird, dude, and I'm not trying to be rude.
Maybe,
but you stink.
Possibly.
But I did notice that look too. Like, what is it? What are they trying to convey? It was not obviously flirtatious. It was weird.
No, not at all. It looked more like, who are you? I mean, who are you? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the wedding though, while the grooms are exchanging their rings, Harold and Rose use Buzzy's hoop earrings as wedding rings, and they like have like their little exchange while they're sitting down at the ceremony.
Rose,
and I thought that was really sweet.
To Harold.
Yeah,
that's feminism, baby.
Absolutely. Go on, get your man priestess or what is she again? A princess. Go ahead. So yeah, I thought that was a cute little moment. And then everyone dances the night away. Harold and Rose included, dancing on the dance floor with everyone else.
They love to dance, as mummies do. That's just a fun fact everyone knows about mummies.
Them afterlife hip-hop dance classes coming in clutch. And they pour hot sauce all over their slice of wedding cake, naturally, because they love hot sauce for some reason. Nasty. And then, the gang gets them all back to the Rockport Museum before midnight.
I just want to note that the music being played at the wedding was giving me Married at First Sight energy. And that is not a compliment.
Married at First Sight music is so... It's music that was written and produced just for the show, it feels. Like, I have to believe that.
Yeah, like, it's like, hey, we need a song about these couples falling in love. And now they're having a hard time. Yes, exactly. Like, I love to love, and I live to love, and I love you so much. And just like, anyone could write this music. Anyone could. We just wrote 2 songs.
If you hear those songs on the upcoming season of Married at First Sight, you know where it came. You heard it here first. Okay? Bruh. And I feel like similar with Love is Blind too.
Yeah, it's like Love is Blind is a close second.
Love is Blind.
Married at First Sight is a little bit worse, but they're both very bad.
I'm just like, where are y'all getting this music? Who are these unknown artists that are just making this music for the show? Because they always like put the name of the song and the artist in the subtitles as well.
I mean, they have to.
Who is that? That's true. Yeah, they do have to do that.
You could look them up, listen to their whole discography. Let me know what you think.
Absolutely, will never do that. But I wish them the best. I hope their career takes off. I'm not sure how, but hopefully they start making other music that's actually good. I pray for them. I
don't think they're capable of that, but.
Damn, they're destined to make shitty music
TBD.
Forever. Shit. Well, yeah, everyone says their goodbyes to Harold and Rose, and they lay down in their coffins and they go to sleep. And then Marshall puts a photo on top of Harold of everyone together at the wedding, which is super cute. Like,
it's very cute.
Super cute.
Super
sweet and cute. Super cute. But I just know that someone's going to find it the very next day and throw it away. So these are the things that I think about, like, in these situations. I'm just like, so a museum employee is going to come in to get ready for the exhibit, see the photo, and then throw it away. They're probably going to look at it and be like, there's mummies in this photo. Oh, these mummies are in this photo. That's fucking weird. And just throw that shit away. I don't know.
What would you, like, if you found that photo, you'd be like, you would just never have answers.
Because it's definitely those mummies. Like, it's like, them.
They must be, like, people who dressed up like them based on... it'd be very weird.
I would rationalize it by saying exactly that. Like, those people in the photo came here, they studied these mummies, took photos, made special effects makeup to look exactly like them, and then took this photo and then left it here as just like a little, look what I did. I you know,
they got the little ponytail. Because they famously, like, kept your hair out when you were... They remember everything except for your ponytail. So stupid. And then the Sobek with his beard.
Oh,
and I'm just like, this is so dumb.
Beard coming out.
Oh my god, this movie made me so angry. I hated it.
Truly, honestly, same Z's. But that's the end of the movie. That was it. Harold leaves that photo, and they all walk away, and they're all like, "What are we gonna do for next Halloween?" And in my mind, I'm just like, I don't care, but it better not be made into a fucking Disney Channel original movie. That's all.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I just don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to see it. Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. And I'm fine with that.
I hear that. So any other fun facts or moments you'd like to discuss of this movie? I can say right now, I do not. No,
not a single one.
All right.
Just shout out to my OG Gilbert, 1997 Gilbert as the jeweler. Love him.
I hear that.
Yes.
I will also note, I found the kids way less fun in this movie. They were not having a good time.
Yeah. They were all like serious. Like, Gilbert and Amy were serious about the paper and Gutsy Gilbert and the whole Sobek thing. And then Marshall was just sad the whole time because his friends were leaving him out. Buzzy was chipper, but you know, it was just kind of like everyone's just lost in this movie.
It was like, weird because like
nothing's going on.
The kids were a trio of sad sacks against like a very evil Sobek and the goofiest mummies on the whole planet Earth. Very strange combination.
Truly.
But this
Harold and Rose were having enough fun for all of them, I guess.
Having the time of their lives, like their afterlives, I guess. All right, so now we're at the point where we will be ranking this. Shocking, but I'm going to propose. Wait for it. It goes to the bottom of the list, straight to the bottom.
I fucking knew it. I absolutely knew it.
Yeah, I'd rather watch.
Let's see the current rankings.
Right? Real Estate Property, the movie.
Formerly known as Susie Q. Wow. Number 1, we've got Wish Upon a Star. She will be reigning champion as well, or continue on into this week.
I will die.
Number 2, Under Wraps, 1997. Wonderful. Number 3, The Paper Brigade. Paper Brigade. That's hard to say real fast. Number 4, Under Wraps, 2021. Only because it is better than Susie Q, which is at number 5. So,
yes.
Yeah, number 6 is now Under Wraps 2. Last place.
To the list, where it should be, and it will stay for quite a while.
Who knows if we ever do?
You Lucky Dog.
What is it called? I keep wanting to say You Dirty Dog. Yeah, You Lucky Dog. If we do ever do You Lucky Dog, I'm not even sure if that movie is bad enough to beat this out. Damn. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah.
I'm not sure because this movie, although like You Lucky Dog is painful to watch, this movie just like. It immediately felt so pointless. Yes. I'm like, there's no need for a sequel to Under Wraps, first of all. And this is the sequel? Some other mummy wakes up with powers to come exact revenge because he also is in love with... Like...
Girl, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
That is the reality we live in. See. Yes. So, next week we were initially going to do You Lucky Dog. Or You Dirty Dog, you like to call it. But thank God, we're going from one of my maybe my least favorite period of the DComs to one of my favorites, Brink.
Yes. Oh my God.
Soul Skaters. Yes.
I cannot wait for Brink.
Yeah.
I think everyone our age collectively had a crush.
Oh, Eric Von Denton.
Yeah, Mr. Von Denton himself. He was like the 90s heartthrob Disney Channel guy. I don't know. You know, like everyone just loved him.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast earlier, another podcast based in Portland called You're Wrong About, hosted by Sarah Marshall. She's, I think, a year older than we are, and she was talking about So Weird, where Eric Von Detten was one of the characters, and how, like, he was such a heartthrob. And I'm like, yeah. If you're attracted to men and you were alive during that time and sentient, you had a crush on Eric Von Detten.
You had a crush on him. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's such a cutie.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
I'm excited. We're getting into some interesting ones where I feel like we kind of have dealt with some weird ones where there hasn't been so much competition, but we're going into Brink and then the Halloween Town series. So we'll have to actually start, I think, thinking more critically about how we want to rank things and how we're feeling.
I know. But yeah, we need to come up with a real system for those as we move forward. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We will indeed.
What was I going to say? Oh, I used to watch So Weird. Yes. And that show did creep me out.
Oh, yeah. It was
like, some of those episodes actually scared me. Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to rewatch it because I feel like in my adulthood, I won't be as creeped out as I was back in the day.
I want to rewatch it too, actually. I was thinking that today because there's I keep talking about podcasts this episode, but I love plugging other podcasts.
Yeah, another podcast baby.
I really am. Another decom podcast, actually, which might be our competition. They're very good, but very different, I think, tonally. It's called Mom Can't Cook. And
oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah,
I love that podcast. I highly recommend it. Go listen to that one too. Don't stop listening to us, but listen to that one too if you're not already. Yeah. And they my dog just got up and ran out of the room. They reference wait, what were we talking about?
So Weird.
They do a Patreon basically where they do So Weird episodes. And they're talking about how good it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
so they did it, and then also on You're Wrong About, she also referenced So Weird recently. So anyway, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. We should do that. Like, when we get enough followers to make Patreon content, we should start doing episodes on, I don't know, like other Disney content.
We can't do So Weird, unfortunately, because that'd be like a direct copy. Yeah. But we should think of one that we want to do.
Just another... Yeah,
actually, listeners, I mean, hit us up, like, DM us, comment, let us know what you would love for us to rewatch. We can rewatch together for some Patreon content once we get that up and running. So, but
share your favorite nostalgic Disney shows.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, Brink is next, and then we're doing Halloween Town, all 4 movies, unfortunately.
Yeah, can't, it's not a trilogy. Like, technically, but yeah, okay.
It's a saga, I guess, would be what it's called, like Twilight. Oh my god, random last note. I have friends who are getting Twilight tattoos, and they said I should get one too.
No.
I actually love the idea, but for me, I don't want any imagery from the movies or the book, and I don't like quote tattoos very much. So I feel like I can't do it, but... My suggestion, if I was getting a quote one, is this is the skin of a killer, Bella. So, if you all are getting one,
oh my god,
yeah.
Oh, I thought you would have gotten like, where you been?
Oh, one of them's getting that one, so I can't copy that. But like, Bella, where you been, loca?
Been loca? Yes.
The most out of character.
Oh, that's
moment.
actually hilarious.
That's the fall. We should do the Twilight Saga. Actually, that'd be fun for some Patreon content.
Oh my. We absolutely should.
Yeah.
As a drinking game, you know?
Yes.
Jorts.
Yes.
Jorts.
You are so good at the jorts. You got them jorts, girl.
I have laser vision when it comes to the jorts. Like,
Your eyes drawn.
I'm locked in on the jorts.
To the jorts.
To the jorts. Oh my god.
Well, we should do that. Maybe
yeah, we should absolutely do that.
I'll have my husband, Silas, join us for some of those because he also loves Twilight.
That would be great.
Yeah. Or my fiance, almost husband.
Famously.
Yeah. All right.
You might as well call him your husband.
That's what I do. I know. But I'm just like, I mentioned my wedding like later this year, so I'm kind of like, I don't want to confuse the listeners, but he's one in the same. Cool. Yes. Well, thank you all for listening. We love you.
Thank you for being here on this painful Under Wraps 2 journey. We do love you.
We know that if you listen to this episode, you must be really in it with us and dedicated, and we love you for that. Oh, and here's the husband.
Oh, here he is.
I didn't know you were on camera.
Why did you put your hands up like we have guns? Like, no one's going to shoot you.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But, all right. Well, thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.
Yes, bye.
Thank you so much for listening to The Bomb Decom. You can follow us all over the internet on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at The Bomb Decom, and at our website at thebombdecom.com. You can also email us at thebombdecom@gmail.com. We release new episodes every Wednesday, so you better find your ass back here next week.
This show was created, produced, and hosted by us, Bethany Birdhill and Crystal Innes, and edited by me, Crystal. Our theme music credit also goes to DJ Quads. Thank you, DJ Quads, for the excellent music. You can find them on YouTube. And we will see you next time, babies. Bye.